Hey, welcome to my channel. Now, it is the day after Easter. All I'm going to say, did you give peeps a chance? I'm sure you didn't if you hate them. If you love them, I hope you didn't eat too many and get a bellyache. Now, I'm going to tell you, let me get a sip of this. I didn't mean to slurp on you. Yesterday, we had a good day. I got to see my baby Jacob. He's the sweetest thing. Oh my gosh, he is the sweetest thing. And he is so chunky. I would never thought somebody as small as Holly, well, she's tall, would have such a chunky baby. I just can't believe it. I just can't get over how chunky he is. He's just so squishy. I just love him. Anyway, we had a good day, a good visit, the family getting together. We had a good meal. And me and David, we took the day. We didn't take the meal. We took the day. We ate breakfast out. Well, we brought it in. Then we didn't have any lunch. We had a late lunch, I guess you could call it, over there. And then we didn't have like a supper really. I ate a sandwich, but we brought home just like a little bit of dessert and left everything else. And then we had that. And today's a new day. Today is a new day because I feel like trash. I feel like trash today. It made me think I ate like a trash panda yesterday. I didn't. I have eaten worse. Trust me. Because it was a good meal. I just ate. It was a good meal, as in the foods were good and fattening foods. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't a good healthy meal. It was just a good old meal. It was delicious. And I had desserts. So I didn't eat quantity, but the quality I ate has dragged me down today. I am just sluggish and oh my gosh. Anyway, why? Listen, if it shows up on the scale Thursday, I got nobody to blame but myself. But I enjoyed the day. So next Thursday after that will be a whole new day. But while we're here this used to be Saturday sayings. And when I started the new way of eating, I went back to meal prep. So that's too much to do all in one day is a talking video and a prep video and trying to get the prep done. I try to get it done before he gets home from work and then edit, and because that's some editing on that video. Too much for Saturday. So I was going between Friday and Monday, and I asked, do you have any names? And one name, I decided on Monday instead of Friday. Monday just seemed like it would be easier for me. Have a little day in between on Sunday. Normally I don't do anything on Sunday. Have a nice little day in between, a little day off. Because I still do these videos every night. I didn't yesterday because I took the day off for Easter. But I still do these little videos at night. And like I told you before, they don't just pop up on the screen. You still have to fool with them, even though it's a little bitty video. You still have to mess with it to get it up. So I thought with a day in between, Monday might be the best day. And I cannot remember who suggested the name, and I apologize. Let me know down below. My memory is just not good. Motivational Monday. And I was thinking at first, like, do I want to call it that? Am I motivational? I don't know. But I thought, if I'm not motivational, at least what's in the box should be, because the sayings that I had found and cut out were motivational to me. Now, am I able to talk on every one of them? So far, so good. Knock on wood. I'm going to tell you what, if I pull one out of here right now and I don't think I can talk on it, I'm tossing it aside and we're going to get another one. So anyway, I decided on Motivational Monday. That's why we're here. Let me get a sip of coffee and we're going to see what we got in the box. So you can see I pick one out and I don't read it. And if you think I can remember what's in that box, if I can't remember who said something a week ago, I can't remember. Weeks, months ago. Was it? We've been doing this for what, 2 months? If I can get it open. the first thing I see is it's got the word weight in it. Oh, oh. The only successful way to reach and maintain a healthy weight is to find what works for you. Well, that kind of just sums up the last 4 years of my life. When I started, let me leave this open over here because we'll have to read it again, I'm sure. I'll forget. I started on Weight Watchers in April of 2018, 4 years ago. If I could remember how many plans I've been on since then. I have done Simply Feeling. That's how I started. That's the one I think works the best for me. And I've gone back to it several times. Because, we've done Go Back to Your Roots. Well, that kind of goes in with this. If I believe if something's not working for you, then find what does. When I'm doing one plan and it stops, I'm like, maybe this ain't right. Let's try something else. Well, it stops, and everything has stopped over the 4 years. Every single thing I have done has stopped working, and there's several reasons in there that could be the reason why. I'm hoping now that we have figured out one of the main reasons why I can't lose the weight and keep it off. Now I've lost, I don't know, whatever, 60, give or take, pounds. And so I've been able to keep that off. I've dipped down and then I come back up, like my thing back here. I got to 70 and my 70 button's on there and it's on there permanently, so I can't get it off. Like take them off and then put them back on. So if I ever get to 70, when I get to 75, I can put me another button on there. But I've kept that off, and sometimes I think, that's all you did in 4 years, you suck. But then I'm like, I'm fighting different things, and we don't, no sad sex story, but I'm fighting different things that, and medicine, not the least of which, that's hard. That's hard to fight that. Do you choose? I want to stay fat, or I want to feel better. 9 times out of 10, you're going to pick, you want to feel better. So, I have done, let's think on this, maybe not in order, and some of them I've done more than once. I've done, hold on. Well, that was a big yawn, and y'all didn't need to see it because everybody be out there yawning, and my mouth was... I started with Weight Watchers, Simply Feeling. No order. I've done that. I've done Weight Watchers Freestyle because they took Simply Feeling away. I did it on my own for a while, and then I just gave in and said, well, I'll do Freestyle. So I did that a while. I did Weight Watchers Blue a while, Weight Watchers Purple. I never went green because I didn't want to count chicken. I'm like, I'm not weighing my chicken. Guess what? Now I weigh my chicken. I've done low carb. I've done that several times. We tried keto. I couldn't maintain it. I've tried, I know there's something else. So what we're on now is considered the anti-inflammatory diet, which is just basically a whole foods way of eating. If it's a whole food, it's pretty much good for you. In the research I did, I couldn't find a whole food that somebody say, this is something that will combat inflammation, and here's the reasons why. What causes inflammation is processed foods. Those are the foods the doctor told me to stay away from. And she told me to do the anti-inflammatory diet. That's why I'm doing it, because the doctor told me to. So I'm hoping what I hit on now, I'm hoping that is the one. Yesterday excluded, I have been on plans since we started it. Y'all see what I eat. I show you what I eat. I'm afraid to eat anything that I'm not supposed to eat because I have to show it. And I don't want to embarrass myself by, look what you ate. You ate that. Ain't no wonder you ain't doing no good. I don't want to do it. I don't want to show it, so I don't eat it. Well, what are we saying here? You got to find what works for you. Did we not just talk about this on something? What did we talk about this on? If what you're doing now ain't working, then try something else. Don't. Did we point to that sign how many times? Don't do what's wrong for you because it's right for somebody else. Period, bottom line, end of discussion. Okay, we can hang up now. Don't do a certain program out of peer pressure because your peers, your friends, your little group of support is doing it. I'm here to tell you, if your support group, if your little support family, blood, not blood, whatever it is, if what you have around you will not support you, regardless of what you eat, it's food, it's just food, then you need a whole new support group. I'm just here to tell you, if they're all doing low carb and you're doing low carb and you're like, this low carb just ain't working for me, I need to do Weight Watchers. Don't be afraid to break out of that little group. You stay in the group. I'm saying don't be afraid to break out of that way of eating to do what you want to do because this is not working for you. And if these people care about you, they won't care that you're going to Weight Watchers. They'll say, great, if low carb ain't working for you, I want you to find what's working for you. They will motivate you and encourage you to do so. So don't let peer pressure, if you're on Weight Watchers, don't let peer pressure. Weight Watchers works. If you work the plan, it works. If you work any plan, it works until it don't work. That's why we try different ones, because everybody's body is not set up to do the same plan. Otherwise, we wouldn't have 1,000,001 different plans to lose weight. There would only be one, and everybody would do it, and it would work, and then the plan would have to go away because nobody would be fat. Well, let's the whole new people that's born, and then they grow up and get fat, and then they do that whole one plan, and then they're not fat, and then you save it to the next generation. So you see what I'm saying? No. Everybody responds differently. Everybody's body chemistry responds differently to different ways of eating. You cannot be afraid to eat the way you want to eat if it is working. If you try it and it stops, move on. That's the only way you're going to be successful. If you think, I'm not picking on Weight Watchers, I promise you, because I've been on it enough times during these past 4 years. I'm not picking on it. I promise you that. It's just easy to come to mind because it's been probably the one I've been on the most. If what you're eating on Weight Watchers stops working, then go to what you think will work next. You do it, it stops working. Go to what you think is next. Listen, that's been the story of my life for 4 years. I have gone from plan to plan to plan. Some people say, don't jump plans. Don't jump around. Stick with one thing. Well, if one thing ain't working, why would you stick with it? If all of a sudden, for whatever reason, it don't even matter the reason, if it's your medicine you're taking, your metabolism, if you're on that plan and you're sticking to the plan, I'm talking about if you're on the plan, not if you're veering off the plan, like, okay, you're doing whatever XYZ, and then you quit eating the way you're supposed to eat on XYZ and it stops working, that's on you. You're not giving it the chance. But if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and it stops working and you start gaining weight, why would you keep doing it? If something you know is not working, why under the stars would you keep doing it? People quit jobs all the time because it's just not working anymore. People quit relationships. I know some people say see it out, but some things you just cannot see out. There are things that you can get over, things that you can fix, things that you can remedy, and stay on the same path, on the same program, and some things you just cannot. You need to cut your ties and move on. That is with our eating. If you're doing this plan and it stops working and you start gaining weight, which you're on that plan to lose weight, there's no other reason to go on a diet than to lose weight. You can eat healthy to get healthy, to fix your blood work. Like I quit sugar. I quit sugar to lose weight, but I quit sugar to fix my A1C. But there's no way you're going to eat sugar every day and lose weight. You're just not going to do it. But why would you go on a diet if the main goal, yes, get healthy, feel better, all that's goals. I've got them. I can look on my list. I can go pull up. I should go over there and pull up my journal and find the page when I started, the reasons why I started. I think I'll do that. We'll talk here in a minute. Now I'm going to go get that. I've got, I'm sure how many page things on that page, but why would I go on a diet and change the way of eating when I love the way I eat? I love the fattening foods. Listen, look at me. Of course I love the fattening foods. I wouldn't be fat if I didn't. Well, I don't know. I come from a fat family. My cousin tells me we're going to be fat because we... She give the family name. I don't want to say the family name because then you might think, oh, well, that's my name. I'm going to be fat. So we're going to be fat. We fat people. We come from fat people. I'm thinking, don't tell me that. Just don't tell me that. I'm trying hard to lose this weight. But there are all genetics, medicines, all kind of things come into play with why we're overweight. But what I'm saying is, if the diet plan you're picking, then don't come at me about it's a lifestyle. I know it's a lifestyle, and I tell you 100 times, the diet, the food you eat is your diet. When you can watch Animal Planet, and they're talking about the chimpanzee is on a diet of bananas and goldfish. I don't know what they eat besides bananas. I don't know where goldfish came from. That was about done. Maybe they do eat goldfish. I don't know. So what you eat, that's your diet. And when you go on a diet, you're changing the way you eat. If what you were eating pre-diet worked, you would not change the way you're eating and go on a diet. You wouldn't change your diet of just fruits and vegetables. If your diet was just fruits and vegetables, you wouldn't have to change it to go to fruits and vegetables and healthy meats and no sugars and healthy, this, that, and the other. If you were already healthy, you wouldn't need to change a thing. So when you change what you eat, you're changing your diet of to eat a diet of. So yes, it's a diet. So there, that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So what were we talking about? Let me get a sip of coffee, see if it comes to me. Honest to goodness, listen, that's how bad my memory is. I can't remember from second to second to second. I can't remember what we were talking about. We were talking about something. Well, this will be a good moment to hold on a minute. I'm going to get my journal. I'm going to find that page for the reasons why I started my diet. So hang on. Okay, this is my journal. It is a nice journal. If I would ever fill this up, I would want another one like it. It's got 3 different sections. There's like a lined section, a grid section, and a plain section. And see, that's just the kind of stuff I put in it, like stickers and quotes. And there's a couple pages at the beginning where I wrote out. I'm like, that's not me. I'm not that kind of journaler. But I did write like stuff like this. And there was a little sticker I put at the top, and because. Now remember, this was April of 2018, so this is where my head was at April of 2018. This is why I wanted to lose weight. I don't think I didn't put because I want to lose weight. This is the reasons why I wanted to lose weight. I need to get healthy and stop taking so many prescriptions. I still do that. I hate my reflection in the front door glass. I still hate that. When you walk up, you know how glass distorts it. Even without that distortion, and when you're walking into a store, you can see yourself walking into the door. I hate. That sounds funny coming from somebody who don't care what other people think, but I care what I think. My family needs me. Yeah. My body aches from head to toe, and I need to take the pressure off. I'm tired of buying my clothes online and paying a fortune for them. I want to look pretty again. I want a tattoo on my leg, and it's too fat. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get a tattoo on my leg. If this lymphedema, maybe my right leg, if I lose weight, I might be able to get one on my right leg. But I don't know if my left leg's ever going to get out of that lymphedema. Anyway, listen, I just don't want to be fat anymore. I'm sick of being a pig. Yes, I was a pig. I ate anything and everything. If it wasn't nailed down and it was delicious food, I ate it. I want to be normal. Normal as in, I just want to eat normal. I want to dress normal. I want to have normal activities. And then the last one, I don't always want to be the fat girl. It does get tiring being the fat girl. Some of y'all know what I mean. Listen, there's different degrees of weight that we need to lose. Some people want to lose 10 pounds. Some people want to lose 100 pounds. I want to lose 200 pounds. The charts say I need to lose more than 200 pounds, but 200 pounds is my goal. Boy, that's a hefty goal. If you think being in a room full of regular people with 200 more pounds, I've got another person stuck to me. I've got another person on this body. I'm walking around carrying two people. You that are normal weight, think of somebody that's your weight that you've got on your back and you're trying to carry them around. That's what I carry around with me on the daily. It's hard. It is. It's hard. But when you're the only person in the room and you're like the fat person, that ain't no fun. So those are the reasons why I started in the first place. I got some things that. Which way do you go? I can't get it. That's pitiful. Anyway, that paper up there tells some things that I want to accomplish, and I'm sure it is different from that. That's where my head was when I first started. These are just a few things that I can go over there and look at and like, oh, okay, maybe I need to put these up on that board and go over there and read them. Maybe I need to bookmark that page so I can go over there and read it every now and then to remember why I started in the first place. So giving up ain't an option. That's why the only successful way to reach and maintain a healthy weight is to find what works for you. That's why you got to find the plan that is best for your body, for your metabolism, for your makeup, for your lifestyle. There's that word lifestyle. I'll throw that in there. Your lifestyle, the way you live your life. You work, you don't work, you have kids, you don't have kids. Maybe you keep your grandkids so you have kids. Maybe you're retired and you're home and you can cook all day. Maybe you work a job and you have an hour to yourself a day. because of all the obligations you have. Whatever you can fit in and how you can fit it in, that's up to you. That's what's fit. I can get it out, fits into your lifestyle, not somebody else's lifestyle. We're not talking about their lifestyle. You let them be them. I do I do this to David all the time. You remember that episode of Roseanne where Roseanne is trying to get Jackie to do something, and she's like, she didn't want to, and she goes, there's a difference between you and me. You know how I know? You, me. So when me and David are doing something, if we disagree on it, whatever, I'm like, you, me. That's the mentality you got to have. You are you, I'm me. I have to do what's right for me. And that's not just in your diet, that's in your everyday life. You don't do something. Don't do something because somebody else wants you to and it's against what you want to do. Now, I'm not talking about I don't want to go to the grocery store, but I need to. I'm not talking about that. That's ridiculous. I'm talking about the big things. And one of the big things is your diet, what you are doing to lose weight. Whatever plan it is you think that works best for you, that's the plan I want you to go on. If you're on a plan right now and you're gaining weight, maybe that's not the right plan for you. I'm not advocating for anything. I'm not telling you to change, but I'm suggesting to you that if you're doing something, don't do it because Sally Joe's doing it and Sally Joe might think less of you if you change. Maybe you have a diet buddy and y'all were doing the same thing. I have people in my life. We do not do, y'all out there, we don't do the same plan of eating to lose weight, but we support each other. I don't think if you were here to support my diet, half of y'all be gone because that's how my channel grew, was on Weight Watchers. Some of you have been here from the beginning and you're still here. You have seen me go from plan to plan to plan to plan. And I know some of y'all are just like rolling your eyes out the back of your head. Listen, let me tell you, my best friend, the one that died, he's been gone 5 years. I miss him. I miss him so bad. He was my best friend. He was my ride or die. Yes, he was. Funny. He had a sense of humor like nobody's business, and quick-witted and sharp-tongued. He was a mess. He was a mess. But he used to say he was coming up with an invention, because me and him, we could do some eye rolling. He was coming up with an eyeball. I can still see him doing it. An eyeball bra. He was going to wear it on his head. So when he rolled his eyes and they fell back, they would fall up in that bra. So what we used to do, because I worked with him, we worked together 2 different occasions. Anything that would happen, we would just look at each other and do this. So we knew what we were doing. We were dropping them eyeballs when you can't like actually roll your eyes. I'm going to get in trouble sometime out in public when I see something and I just like that, I'm going to get my butt beat. But some things you just like, oh my gosh, really? So anyway, don't worry about somebody rolling their eyes at you thinking, you're doing that? Why are you doing that? Well, why are you doing that? Y'all could have said that to me 100 times, it feels like, over these past 4 years, which I've only been on YouTube. September will be 3 years. I can't believe that. 3 years. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Y'all have stuck with me, and that speaks to the kind of people you are, because you stuck with me because of me, not because of the way I was eating, not because of the food I put in my body. Y'all, let's just talk about this a minute. It's just food. we can say that when it comes around to time to eat, when something is just talking to us, that thing that we don't need, when it is just speaking to us, we got to speak back to it and say, you are just food. You can't come at me like that. You ain't nobody. You just food. Well, that's what you got to think when your friends and your peer group is on whatever they are, and you break free from the pack and do your own thing. It's just food. The relationship should be between the people, not between the food. That's ridiculous. Your food, my food, have a relationship. That's just ridiculous to even say it out loud. That's just stupid. No, my person and your person, my spirit and your spirit, there's the relationship. The relationship are between the two people, not between the two diet plans. So don't be afraid to break off and do your own thing. That's the only way you're going to be successful. If you keep working at something that don't work for you, or even if you don't like it, for whatever reason you don't like it and it don't fit into all them things we was talking about a while ago, then by all means, change it and do something that does work. We did that challenge back whenever we did it, last year I guess it was, back to the beginning. We went back to the beginning. If the thing you start, that's why I've gone back to Simply Feeling several times, because it does work. And then, I don't know, I'll just be like, oh, well, this ain't working no more, which on that, probably because I ate too much. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, when they say you can have all this for 0 points, sometimes you get kind of carried away. Well, it's only 0 points, I can have it. Well, this don't count me no points, I can have it. Well, you can have your way up to ton. It went my belly, talking about food. Tons of food during the day, I'll be 0 points. But guess what? You've ate massive quantities. So that's one thing I'm glad that Nutrisystem taught me portion sizes. It taught me what a normal plate of food would look like. Now, I eat all day long because, like I've told y'all before, between lunch and supper is like 8 hours. And I try to keep something in my body, usually every 2 hours. 2 to 3, but she's usually every 2, and that keeps me going. It keeps me steady. And so when you see like my video clips, it might be, clip, supper, but it's one thing at a time. It's like one thing. 2 hours later, it's one thing. 2 hours later, it's one thing. So it's not like meal. You've eaten 3,000 calories today. No. So I think maybe that's where. And that's where I kind of probably messed up on Simply Feeling, was I abused it. It's a great plan. Oh my gosh, I love that plan. That's why I think I'm liking this one. It's a lot like Simply Feeling. It's not, here's eat all you want of this, which Simply Feeling wasn't really eat all you want of it. Eat until you were satisfied, not till you were stuffed. And I think I took it to the extreme of eating where, oh, I think I can have some more. That's really no better than overeating junk food to me. Overeating any kind of food is not a good thing. So Nutrisystem showed me what normal portions are. It helped me understand, it's not this much is not normal. Maybe this much is. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm bringing with me into this anti-inflammatory diet, which is just a whole foods way of diet. Pretty much all the foods I looked at, if it's a whole food, there's some kind of anti-inflammatory property to it. Stay away from the processed foods. That's what she said. Those are the foods that cause the inflammation in your body. Yesterday, I was loaded up with bacon grease, sugar. The sugar, I think, is what got me. I think it was just too much sugar yesterday. It wasn't like massive quantities, but it was, the items were full of sugar. It was just like just popping blocks of sugar. Remember them little cubes of sugar you used to put in your coffee? I might as well just sit there and eat some of them. Same difference. I'm trying to think. There was some simple carbs mixed in, but it was delicious food. I'm gonna tell you, it was a delicious meal. Holly did really good. She hosted a very nice meal, good old Southern meal. That's what was wrong with it. It was right, but it was wrong. You know what I mean? That's why I feel so poopy today. But what were we saying? What were we saying? I don't know what we were saying. I get off on these tangents, and I swanny to you. I can't remember where we was. Oh, I think because I was talking about simply feeling, and I took it to the extreme. And portion sizes. Now I'm learning the portion sizes, and to stay away from the processed foods. Now we still have some Nutrisystem foods that we can sprinkle in here or there that were not too bad as far as preservatives go, and so I don't mind having one, here or there, because I'm doing the 90-10. Remember, this week it shook out a little more than 90-10 just because of what we ate yesterday. But it was one day, and if I had to pay for it on Thursday, then I had to pay for it on Thursday. That I'll own it. It'll be my doings. One meal don't make you fat. One meal don't make you gain weight, but one day. So anyway, that's what it is today. The only successful way to reach and maintain a healthy weight is to find what works for you. So I encourage you to find what works for you. I encourage you not to worry about following the crowd. I encourage you to not think you have to be in a clique, because you don't. And if that clique doesn't have anything to do with you, then maybe it was the wrong clique to begin with. Just saying, if you don't have people surrounding you that support you for you, regardless of what you put in your mouth, then I don't know about that. I just don't know about that. I've got how many of y'all out there? I don't know how many people are still here from the beginning. I really don't. But I appreciate you, and I thank you for being there and staying with me. Obviously, everybody didn't stay with me because I would have as many views on my videos as I have subscribers. Because if you subscribe to a channel and you watch their videos, then obviously I would have how many ever subscribers I have, that many videos, that many views on every single video, and I don't. So there's just a core group of you that watch my videos, and I'm not sure how many of the core, some of you because you comment, I know that you've been here since the beginning. I know that you have. So I appreciate that. And anyway, that's all we're going to talk about today is if it's not working for you for whatever reason, whether it's because you're gaining weight or whatever, whether it's because it doesn't fit into your lifestyle, the way that you need to eat, if you're eating on the run, if you're not eating on the run, whatever, I just encourage you to find what works for you. And if you have to go, to me, there's no rhyme or reason staying on a plan that's not working for you just because it's working for her. Great, it's working for you, but it's not working for me, so don't blame me for jumping to something that does. And if you have to jump, if you gave it your chance, if you gave it your all, then if you have to go to the next thing and the next thing, giving each one of them your all, don't slack off and then say it's not working, because then that's different. If you veer off the plan and you start eating anything you want to eat and you say, well, that plan don't work. Well, guess what? It don't work because you've been stuffing your face for 3 weeks. Well, no, then it ain't working because you're not on plan. But if you're staying on plan and you're giving it your all, and then it's just, for whatever reason, it's just not shaking out the way it should shake out, then don't feel pressure to stay where you're at. Go and move on. So that's all we're going to talk about today. I appreciate you who have stuck with me all these plans. I think I have hopefully I I got a little wood, and I had not thought about it until I looked over there earlier today. I'm like, when I try to knock on wood, I got a little wood thing back here, so I can knock on that instead of having to reach out in front of me and I have to air knock. You like air drums? David plays air guitar. We'd be in the car, and I always drive because I have a hard time getting in on my passenger side because of my left leg. I can raise my right leg up to get in the driver's side better than I can lift my left leg up. Listen, I would be trying to get in, and he would have to grab my pants leg and pull my leg over by the pants leg so I could get in the car. So now I drive everywhere. It's just a given. I drive. Song will come on the radio, and he'll start playing that guitar. He said yesterday, bless his heart, he hadn't played guitar in so long, and he used to love to play it. He would just sit on the floor, and when we were first married, and just play his guitar, and I would just listen. And over the years, he got busy doing, you name it, he got busy doing it, and the guitar just kind of went to the wayside. And he was saying yesterday, he said, I wish my wrist would get better so I could go get me some new strings and get my guitar out. So I wish it would too, because he's finally, when he starts when he starts back on the house, he'll be busy again, and he won't get around to it. So while he's working on vehicles, somebody's vehicle always needs working on, so he's always out there plundering on somebody's vehicle. Right now it's RJ's. He's been doing a lot to it. Every time one thing gets fixed, then something else shows up, and something else shows up. You know how cars work. That's how cars work. So anyway, I just encourage you to do what you have to do for you. Do what you have to do for you. That's it. So, you, me, remember that. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video.